so soft. Yo.
Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Brittany Maya and I like to do my hair. So today I am going to be using the Melanin Haircare Deep Conditioner. This old wash and go that you all are seeing was the Pattern Beauty Curl Gel and the Curl Mousse. If you want to know how I felt about that wash and go check it out. Obviously it looks great, but there were also other thoughts. So you want to go watch that video. Now I'm just rinsing all the product out of my hair. I spent a good 5 to 10 minutes just rinsing product out of my hair. Mostly because I love the feeling of the water on my scalp, but I really want to make sure that before I go in with any shampoo or anything, I've really just scrubbed my scalp with my finger pads with nothing on it, really loosened up any kind of dirt or whatever, and just made sure that it's feeling good. It's feeling like water cleansed before I go in with an actual cleanser. I am going in with the Innersense Hydrating Cream Hair Bath, and I'm showing you guys my full shampoo routine. I try to add it in as much as I can with my videos. I just like showing you all the full process because sometimes I shampoo thoroughly and sometimes I don't, which can impact the result of my product, whatever I'm testing out, and that's important. So I'm showing y'all that I'm shampooing twice, and right now I'm shampooing with the Innersense Hydrating Cream Hair Bath. And I go in section by section per usual. I spread the shampoo down my hair shaft and I scrub it on my scalp, making sure that I'm getting my hair and my scalp clean. And I do that all around my head. And sometimes when I feel like, okay, that's not enough, and even going in with that again wouldn't be enough because this product is so hydrating, I'll go in with something a little stronger. In the future, I will be trying just Innersense products for like a month because I'm very curious. Innersense is a very specific brand and it touts about like the cleanliness of the products and the ingredients, and I've noticed that when you start out using Innersense, you got to keep using Innersense in order to kind of reap the benefits. That's what I'm witnessing. Like it's more of a, you got to use this consistently to kind of see what we're about. So I'm gonna try that, but let me know if y'all have tried all Innersense before and let me know how that went. Now that's something a little stronger that I'm going in with is the AG Balance. I decided to go in with the AG Balance after using the hydrating hair bath because my hair felt like it needed to be deeper cleansed. It needed a more thorough cleansing, and the AG Balance is formulated to be a gentle cleanser, but it is also formulated to be a clarifying cleanser. So I use this sparingly, and I only use it when I feel like it's necessary. I could have gone in with a more moisturizing shampoo, but I wanted to make sure I got all the product off, and I wanted to make sure my scalp was cleansed. What I enjoy about the AG Balance is that because it's formulated to be both like a pH balancing shampoo and a clarifying shampoo, it removes buildup really well. And I like using it second sometimes when I'm not sure if my hair has too much buildup on it to where I'd want to use it, but it does a good job of getting anything extra off without making my hair feel stripped. Again, I do have to be careful with it because it can be clarifying. It is formulated to be clarifying, but it's sulfate free. It's 98% plant-based, it's vegan, it's cruelty-free, and it doesn't use harmful chemicals. And I like that they're focused on sustainability in their packaging and that they actually really care about the ingredients and the process of creating the ingredients and creating the product. This video is not sponsored, by the way. I just want to point that out, but I enjoy the products that I use. And if you're curious, I mean, it has been a minute since I've been consistent with my weekly videos. This is still a staple product for me. So enjoy the rest of my shampoo. At this point in time, I was trying to be consistent with my use of K18, and I do realize that using this during a product trial of another deep conditioner probably isn't very advantageous, but I wasn't gonna skip this wash, so. Okay, so I've added the K18 throughout my hair and I have let it sit for 4 minutes. Some of you may or may not know, I do not leave this in my hair because it does not serve as a good leave-in product for me. And I like to wet my hair and add in my conditioner after, because I do need to condition my hair. But I do think it does its job in those 4 minutes of sitting in my hair. I'd rather put it on before I deep condition or condition my hair so that it can do its job, but it is going to get a little rinsed out with the water and the conditioner. Today I am trying the Melanin Haircare Plumping Deep Conditioner. Now Melanin Haircare, as many of us know, was created by Whitney, Natural 85, so I have yet to try this, so I'm really excited. It smells like lemongrass. There's lemongrass oil in it. There's a lot of oils in it. There's argan oil, jojoba seed oil, pumpkin seed oil. Oh wow, sage oil. So it's full of oils, good stuff. It says a little goes a long way. And I believe her. I know she knows what she's doing. So work in sections, use a nickel to quarter size amount depending on your hair texture and density. Gently smooth the product in, working in downward strokes from ends to roots. You may comb the product in to help distribute it. Leave in hair up to 30 minutes, then rinse out in style as usual. That is exactly what I will do. I'm gonna start off with that much. Not too much. And I'm gonna put that in one of these back sections. My hair's a little dry from letting the K18 sit in it, so I'm gonna wet it a little bit and work it in some more. Okay. Adding the water clearly helps because you can see it's getting a little foamier. I am gonna add more though. I'm taking about the same amount more. I'm liking this. This is foaming up. It's really soft on my hair. It smells so good. And my hair just feels good. Like it feels like it's a deep conditioner. So I am going to detangle and then move on to the other sections. One thing that I noticed immediately after letting that sit in my hair was that my curls were defined. Like, what? Look at the actual definition. And I was like, okay, that's nice. That means that it's highly moisturizing. It's actually conditioning my hair. And that was really nice to feel. So I decided to go in with my Denman D38 Petite. As you saw before, I went in with my Petite or mini tangle teaser, and although I used to be in love with that tangle teaser when my hair was shorter, I find that it's just harder to use than my Denman D38 Petite. At this point in time, this brush is my favorite brush, and it just goes through my hair so easily. I enjoy using the Cosmology brush first because it gets some of those tangles out without having to rake through with a more fine brush. There is nothing that replaces finger detangling, but I feel as though this brush does a good job of kind of doing that for me when I don't finger detangle as thoroughly as I could, because the teeth are so big and wide. It does kind of serve as like a comb. It's a paddle comb, and I really enjoy using it. So I will be using that throughout my hair, going back and forth between the Tangle Teaser and the Denman D38, just to kind of test and see how I like them both now. As you can see, when I use the Tangle Teaser, like, I can get my hair through the actual brush, but as I get to tighter spots, it's harder to use, whereas my Denman D38 is not. It still does the job for me. The teeth on the Tangle Teaser get bent a lot easier than on my Denman D38, and I just feel like the quality is better on the Denman, to be frank. So I'll go back and forth using that, but as you can see now, it's hard to use. Like, the more hair that I use, it's harder to use. And it looks like I'm getting through this section just fine, but I really wasn't. Like, it was actually quite a struggle. I had to pick up my Denman D38 to feel like I was actually thoroughly getting the hair detangled. Of course, I did go in with the other brush first, but the teeth are longer, the teeth are more sturdy. It's just a lot better quality. So yeah, I go back and forth, but I'm just letting y'all know now that I still feel the same way about the Tangle Teaser. It works so well in smaller sections, but it doesn't do as thorough of a job as the Denman D38 or even as the Felicia Leatherwood, in my opinion. The teeth aren't strong enough. They get really scraggled and they start falling off the brush, and that's just an indicator of bad quality, to be frank. If they had longer, stronger teeth, it'd be a different ballgame, but they don't. So that's how I feel. A lot of you guys already know that, and I don't have to point it out, but I still like to test it and see, because I spend money on these tools and I like to see, well, how I feel about it now. What's the difference between this and that? But I still stand true to my Denman D38, and the Petite is just a lot easier to hold than the regular size brush, which is why y'all always see me using the Petite versus the regular size. It's just ergonomically so much better for me, and I love it. As you can see, I have picked up my Felicia Leatherwood brush. This is a brush that I have a love-hate relationship with because it's a good brush, but it's not a great brush. And it's a great brush, but it's not a good brush. So what I mean by that is it works well, but it tugs. I find that it tugs. Some people are like, well, you need to use it vertically and you need to do this and you need to do that. I don't want to have to do all that. Like, I really don't. I just want to be able to use the brush and then move along. And for me, brushes like this, they just they tug. They just tend to tug a lot more than what I typically like, which is, of course, my Denman D38. I like the paddle brushes. Like, I'm into paddle brushes now. So when I go back to this brush and I realize, like, yo, I'm really tugging, that's because of me, how I'm using the brush, and because of how my hair and my body and what I do with that brush works. So I always tend to go back to my Denman D38. And I say that because there's nothing wrong with the brush. I just don't like it for me very much. But sometimes I do, but most times I don't, because it pulls and it tugs. I like to keep it around, but I really don't use it very much anymore. I thought it was really nice for my short hair, honestly, when you have really short natural hair, you can use whatever brush. So long as it doesn't snag and pull at your hair, you can use whatever brush because your hair is super healthy. I mean, it hopefully is. It's really short. And so when I had my TWA, it didn't matter what brush I used. And I preferred that brush because it got to my roots very well. It caught through my hair very well. Super easy to use. But at this stage, every time I go back to it, I'm like, I just don't know about you. Like, I like you and you do detangle my hair, but you also aren't fun to use. And most of y'all know I really value the experience. Like, I don't want to be tugging through my hair. I want to like what I'm doing. And with that brush, I typically don't. Honestly, I typically don't, and that's okay. But I just want to say that that doesn't mean that brush doesn't work, because it clearly detangles the hair. It does mean that I prefer something different. And I mean that for the Tangle Teaser as well. So many people love the Tangle Teaser, right? And I, again, loved it when I had very short hair. But now I find that it's not good for me to use. It's not fun for me to use. I always have to follow it with something else, which makes it kind of pointless. So I say all that to say that anything I try, don't take it as gospel. Don't say, oh, this works for Brittany, so it'll work for me. And I know that that's clear for a lot of people. And if that's clear for you, that's great. But there's a lot of different people who watch my videos. And I want you to know, we all have our different nuances and different things that work for us. And although that might be very obvious to some, I think subconsciously people think that, oh, my hair looks like that, so that'll work for me. We're just all really different. And I always want to encourage you to just try it for yourself. It was really easy to work into my hair. Again, I really enjoyed the smell of this product. It's so softening, like my hair really felt silky. So I was like, okay. I tested out using different brushes, and I still find that the Felicia Leatherwood, even with it pre-detangled with the Cosmology brush, I believe it's Cosmology, even with it pre-detangled with the Cosmel or Cosmology brush, it still felt like it was pulling a little bit. Using it the proper way and then using it the opposite way as well, I just am leaning more towards the paddle brush type of brushes, like the Denman D38 and the Denman D38 Petite. That's just how I'm feeling right now. Again, it changes, but I'm going to let this sit in my hair for 30 minutes and I'm gonna rinse it out. I let that sit in my hair for about an hour and then I rinsed it out. I used my hot head heat cap. Love it. There's some different heat caps that I want to try, but I am loving that heat cap. And y'all, my hair was so soft, like, oh my gosh.
Oh, so soft.
Yo. Y'all, my hair feels so soft. I've rinsed that out and my hair still feels incredibly soft. Like just look at it. It's just so soft and hydrated. It feels great. I'm really liking this deep conditioner. I would recommend it. I've only used it once, clearly, but I can tell that this is something that I'm probably gonna pick up or reach for a lot. You get 16.1 fluid ounces, so you get quite a bit of product. Even based off that, like, lovely. I love that for us. We love a lot of product, especially because I think, what was it, $30, $32? I think it was around $32. So it's time for me to style my hair, so I will see you there.